Good evening. Welcome to the 2022 NHS Induction Ceremony. My name is Dr. Fournier. It is my pleasure to introduce Anna Reynolds, who will sing our national anthem and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? And now for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Anna. Nice job. As I said, my name is Dr. Fournier. I'm one of the assistant principals of Gateway High School. I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening. Mr. Stevens, head principal of Gateway High School, could not be here this evening, but would like to send his congratulations to all the NHS inductees. Sadly, this will be my last NHS induction ceremony here at Gateway, as I'll be moving on at the end of the school year after 32 wonderful years in public education, of which half of my career has been with the Gateway School District. It is because of the love, support, guidance, influence, and input of all of you that we gather here tonight as guests. Parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, grandparents, family and friends of these distinguished young people. On behalf of today's inductees, I want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for your own commitment to the National Honor Society's 4 pillars: character, scholarship, service, and leadership. Next, I would like to recognize and thank Mr. Sean Whelan, our NHS sponsor, and members of the Faculty Council. Your dedication to this organization, mentorship of our students, and willingness to serve are all critically important in how we all get here today and the experiences and outcomes for these students. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to welcome our students, current and soon-to-be members of National Honor Society. Congratulations and thank you. I am proud of each and every one of you here today. Thank you for embracing and embodying the 4 pillars of NHS Foundation. Your unwavering character, commitment to scholarship, dedication to service, and development of leadership are all inspiring and critically important to who you are and who we are. In countless ways, you have impacted our culture and climate here at Gateway. Again, congratulations. Within the next year or two, you will be leaving the comfortable, familiar, and friendly confines of Gateway High School and moving on to college. It is in this new educational environment, at this next stage of your life, that you will be faced with numerous challenges. You need to leave your comfort zone. In doing so, you may even struggle academically for the first time. You may even fail. And you know what? That's okay. We all need to take risks and leave our comfort zones. The great Tom Brady was a lightly regarded prospect coming out of college with an unimpressive NFL Combine performance reinforcing this reputation. As a result, he was not selected until the 6th round of the NFL Draft by the New England Patriots, 199th overall, and was the 7th quarterback taken. Brady's success as a passer has been attributed to his work ethic, competitive spirit, pocket, and intelligence. He has gone on to win 7 Super Bowls with 2 NFL franchises and has broken nearly every NFL passing record to date and is still playing at a very high level as he approaches the age of 45. As Brady quotes, "I think sometimes in life the biggest challenges end up being the best things that happen in your life." Congratulations to all the NHS inductees this evening.
Good evening, everyone. And I should have known when I invited Dr. Fournier that the Patriots would have come into this, because you know from his accent, he is from Boston. Brady really went at Roethlisberger? Jeez. At any rate, I want to thank everyone for coming on this wonderful evening. This is my 13th year hosting the National Honor Society induction ceremony, and everyone has been very memorable. None of us need reminded of the incredible changes we have all experienced these past few years. In fact, last year's induction ceremony was virtual, so it is wonderful that we can all be together in the same space. As we continue to navigate the many challenges we face, it is always important to know that we are not alone. Tonight's guest speaker is someone who has devoted their life to their faith and to serving others. Through her many and varied experiences, she has gained unwavering respect and admiration from those around her. She is a proud alum of the University of Michigan. She was ordained by Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion in 1994 and earned her honorary doctorate in 2019. She has been serving Temple David here in Monroeville since 2006 and is very involved in community work, especially through the Monroeville Interfaith Ministerium and its partnerships, including Gateway School District. She is the editor of Prophetic Voices, Renewing and Reimagining Haftarah, that's expected to be published this fall. She feels that she would not be who she is without her husband, Rabbi Ron Simons, and their children, Aviva, Ilana, and Micah, all who graduated from Gateway. Personally, she has been an amazing partner for me in the teaching of my World Religions elective. She has been a guest speaker many times and has hosted field trips to Temple David. Her deep knowledge and commitment to her faith has been of tremendous value. And so it is with great pleasure I introduce tonight's guest speaker, Rabbi Barbara Simons.
Thank you. I am honored to be here and to celebrate the marking of this passage with you. I believe that I've been with every single one of you as I visited your 10th grade English classes. Sorry, not English. Yes, English classes, boy. And I'm so pleased to share this evening with you. You have earned this award and should be so deeply proud. Congratulations to your families, teachers, and mentors. Thank you to Mr. Whelan, who does so much for Gateway, and for inviting me to address you. When I was reminded of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society, scholarship, service, leadership, and character, I thought of one saying that every religion and culture shares in one form or another. In Judaism, we hear it in the Hebrew Bible in chapter 19 of Leviticus, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. Every one of us has heard that phrase, perhaps as do unto others as you would have them do unto you, or in some other form. It even has a nickname, the Golden Rule. But I wonder how many of us have really thought about its meaning. How can the pillars of service, leadership, character, and scholarship help us to polish the Golden Rule, a foundational way of interacting with one another? Service. In Judaism, we have a saying from one of our sacred texts, if I am not for myself, who will be? If I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, when? If I'm not for myself, who will be? We must respect ourselves, stand up for ourselves, and invest in ourselves in order to be the best me. Yet if I'm only for myself, what am I? That is service. We cannot only be self-focused. We have a responsibility to humanity. Your commitment to service may be measured by hours, but not really, right? A commitment to service is measured by the heart. It is measured by commitment to others and to the world, beginning in our corner of it. The third question in this trilogy is a rhetorical question, if not now, when? If not now, when? Now. Caring for ourselves and others is an imperative right now, for the world is broken and you need to do your part to fix it. That's where leadership comes in. Leadership. We often think of leaders based on their titles and resumes and skills. At this time of year, as Passover approaches, Jews around the world retell our foundational story of redemption from slavery, as told in the book of Exodus. The main character, other than God, of course, is Moses. But there was another character. He's one of my favorites. He doesn't even appear in the Bible. He appears in a story about the Exodus. So here's the story in brief form. The Israelites were finally free. They were getting away from Pharaoh, slavery, as quickly as they could. Meanwhile, Pharaoh changed his mind and wanted his workforce back. So his soldiers chased the Israelites. The Israelites came to the shore of the Red Sea and could hear Pharaoh's army pursuing them. They stopped, nowhere to go. Everyone stopped, that is, except for Nachshon. Nachshon kept on walking. He walked right into the water, full of faith and courage. And it is said that because of him, the sea parted and the Israelites crossed to freedom. Nachshon didn't have a title or a resume. Maybe he didn't even have special skills. Maybe he was just kind of a regular guy on paper or parchment back then. But he was a leader. Leaders may have titles and resumes and a certificate, as you do. But more than that, they must have faith, strength, and yes, character. Character is hard to define. A Jewish text states, in a place where no one is a human, be a human. What? In other words, even when others are not being kind and good, be kind and good. Don't just follow the rules. Go beyond. That is character. And finally, scholarship. Scholarship is not limited to grades or academics. We all know plenty of people who are smart, who are good test takers, but don't get it. Or do get it, but apply their learning selfishly or for bad purpose. In the first century, a beloved rabbi named Hillel, who oversaw a large school, was asked to explain Judaism while standing on one foot. Perhaps the one asking was mocking him, but here's what he answered. What is hateful to you, do not do to another person. All the rest is commentary. What is hateful to you, do not do to another person. It doesn't sound as nice, as warm, and fuzzy as love your neighbor as yourself. But Rabbi Hillel was looking at the golden rule from another angle. He figured there could be a problem. We are to love our neighbors as ourselves, but what if we are not so good at loving ourselves? What if we don't take care of our own bodies or souls? What if we choose friends who are in the in crowd over the ones that actually care about us? What if we commit our precious time to activities that are either not of interest or are actually harmful? Then, if how we treat others is dependent on something we're not too good at, we can't keep the golden rule very well. But think about this. We all know what is hateful to us. We know we don't want other people posting things about us on social media. We know we are angry when people are unfair. Hillel was a great scholar, and by applying his knowledge, he reinterpreted the golden rule in order to make it more applicable, more doable. What is hateful to you, don't do to anyone else. Scholarship, service, leadership, and character come together in order to teach us how to treat others and how to treat ourselves. It happens over a lifetime, and I would call that wisdom. There are no awards for wisdom and no ceremony, but wisdom and merit go hand in hand. May the search for wisdom be your lifelong legacy, a flame that you ignite tonight that will never be extinguished. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rabbi Simons. We will now commence our candle lighting ceremony. At the center of the stage, you will observe a single lit candle. This is known as the candle of knowledge, and it represents all of the knowledge a student can obtain while he or she is in school and how they can apply that knowledge to better themselves and their community. Each of our officers will light a candle symbolizing scholarship, character, leadership, and service from that center candle and offer their own reflections on the 4 pillars of National Honor Society. Now I will offer my thoughts on leadership. So, good evening, everyone. I just want to begin by saying a huge congratulations to the inductees and families of inductees here today. The National Honor Society is an incredible program to be a part of, and I truly commend all of the hard work you have done to be joining the long list of gateway names that have driven NHS over the years. So the pillar of NHS that I want to express the importance of today is leadership. The ability to be a leader is one of the essential qualities of the National Honor Society because of how necessary leadership is to make tangible change in our world. Even with a group of the most intelligent and well-intentioned people trying to achieve a goal, nothing will ever be accomplished without a leader communicating ideas, organizing the group, and instilling confidence in the group's goal. That's really the most important purpose of including leadership into the pillars of National Honor Society. We all know that if you are sitting here today, you are most likely a hardworking student, an example of admirable character, and an active part of the community. But too often, qualities like these go underutilized without the presence of the right leader. True leadership definitely relies upon the first traits you think of when asked about what makes a great leader. Qualities like being able to express your ideas and the ideas of others, to concentrate the talents of a group of people into achieving a common goal, and to set yourself apart from others through confidence in your own abilities are all essential to being an effective leader. And these are all traits that you have shown and will continue to show as you join the National Honor Society. However, personally, my experience taking on leadership roles throughout high school, and especially during my senior year, have given me new insight on what the role of a leader truly is. Getting the opportunity to serve as one of the varsity captains of the Gateway girls soccer team this year was one example of how the responsibility of leadership often makes demands that you may not expect. Although things like directing your team on the field and communicating information from the coach are essential to a successful season, none of that holds any value if I am not a responsible and respectable team member myself. Ensuring that I am showing up to practice, working my hardest every day, and supporting my teammates on and off the field are all just as essential as taking on the role of a leader. So leadership is just as much about directing others as directing yourself. I also had the incredible opportunity to participate in the Gateway High School musical as a leading cast member during these last few weekends. And although the obvious elements of this type of leadership are absolutely important, being able to confidently perform your scenes, memorizing your lines, and being physically and mentally present at every rehearsal to set strong examples for an entire cast, other elements of leadership also reveal themselves as equally important. The ability to take constructive criticism from directors, vocal directors, musical directors, and even peers is essential to the success of any show, regardless of the importance of one's role. And a true leader must be able to do so gracefully and humbly. Because of this, leadership is just as much about talking as it is about listening. And most obviously, I had the esteemed privilege to serve as the president of the National Honor Society for this year. It has been an absolute honor to help organize, communicate, and execute several different service projects throughout the year. But one of my favorites has been the weekly food packing drive. For this program, the National Honor Society packs a variety of donated food items every week for the purpose of feeding Gateway families across several of the buildings in the district. And although this large endeavor has been an incredible success and a means by which one of our community's primary needs is met, being a leader on this project has often prompted me to celebrate the small goals within this project as well. Finding a time where the most people can attend the packing drive, organizing a system in which the task can be accomplished most efficiently, and working to cut down the time required to complete our task are all small accomplishments that one may overlook when congratulating NHS on such a successful project. However, the role of a leader goes beyond the big picture achievements to the small details that make such achievements possible. Simply, leadership is just as much about big picture goals as it is about small everyday achievements. Finally, however, the most essential lesson I have learned about leadership in any form is that nothing is achieved alone. Being a leader on the soccer field took nothing away from how much I depended on my team to have my back, and being a lead in the musical absolutely had no effect minimizing the importance of every single cast member, stage tech, and orchestra member in pulling off the entire production. Leadership is not being the single bearer of responsibility, but a test of how easily one may trust others, share a workload, and most importantly, ask for help. As some of you finish up your junior and senior years of high school, you're probably beginning to realize how essential it is to depend on others. Even taking on several leadership roles this year, I realized that depending on my friends, classmates, teachers, and family is more important than I can ever imagine. And this importance is heightened when one is expected to lead others. Traits like being able to put yourself in the shoes of others, listen attentively and compassionately, and take advice from those with more experience than you are all qualities that cannot be achieved on your own. Therefore, leadership is less about asserting your own will as it is about adapting to the needs of others. So overall, I would once again like to commend you all for being here today. I know that times are incredibly busy, but you all have earned your place in the National Honor Society, so enjoy tonight's well-deserved recognition. And congratulations again. Thank you. So now, National Honor Society Vice President Jordan Guido will say a few words about service.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jordan Guido. Tonight, as the current Vice President of National Honor Society, I will be speaking on one of the vital pillars of NHS, service. By textbook definition, service is defined as the action of helping or doing work for someone. But to us, it is so much more. When applying to NHS, the applicants might look at the community service requirement and think, why is this necessary? As they proceed to participate in various events to gain their hours, they begin to realize just how good it feels to be a part of something that changes the lives of others. Students begin to build what is called a service mindset, which is having within you the pure desire to seek opportunities to help others. This is what National Honor Society is about. It is about seeing a need in your community and filling it. Service is an integral part of our community. It is what binds us together. Whether it is helping to build homes for those in need, or even just donating a canned food item, service brings us together and makes us truly grateful for what we have. As Anna said, our chapter of the National Honor Society chose to take on a service project for the 2021-2022 school year. Over the past couple of months, the members of our chapter have met every week to package various items for local Gateway families. We package simple items such as granola bars and cereal to larger things such as a pre-packed Thanksgiving meal. Every week, we have served dozens of families in our community and have provided them with basic necessities. Through this project, we were shown what service within the National Honor Society truly means. Service is providing hope for those who may not be familiar with that feeling. Service is connecting with our community in many ways. Actively changing the lives of others is a unique experience and something that everyone should desire. Service saves lives, and ultimately, service is about making the world a better place. Now, don't be fooled. Although the inductees we see tonight must have completed a minimum number of hours of service for their induction into NHS, I am sure that is not where their satisfaction comes from. The satisfaction of service is not found in fulfilling a requirement to be inducted into NHS or to be considered for some scholarship, but rather it is found within. It is found when one notices the character they have built from completing said hours. It is a learning opportunity that each inductee sitting in this room tonight has gained. What these students have gained through service is priceless. It is something that cannot be taken away from them, unlike a scholarship or even their membership in NHS. These students now know the true value of service. Within them, they have gained a new level of understanding of their community and the realization that helping others is one of the most valuable acts you can complete. Students, as you are being inducted into the National Honor Society tonight, carry with you the lessons that service has brought you, and never forget the importance of helping others. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Now, National Honor Society Treasurer Kaylee Toomey will now speak about character.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kaylee Toomey, and I am the treasurer of Gateway High School's National Honor Society. First, I wanted to congratulate all of you for this mile marker of an achievement that you have made, because this accomplishment is certainly something to be proud of. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you, I was pretty nervous when learning that we had to give a speech about one of the pillars. And although my selected pillar, which is character, should be pretty easy to talk about, I froze every time I went to start typing about it. What attributes truly make someone have good character? Of course, adjectives like persevering, respectful, honest, and diligent can be used to describe someone with positive character qualities. But I feel like more important aspects of one's character come from the parts that are not always seen. Praise and acknowledgement for the good deeds we've done is always nice, but is not always given. And true character has to be a combination of the self-sacrifices that are made publicly, along with those that remain behind the curtain. So then how do you truly define one's character, you might ask? By always doing the next right thing. And this so-called right thing is defined by you, which I think shows the beauty in it. It's broad and open for interpretation. You wake up and get to choose every day how you're going to live your life. Whether 100 people are watching or no one at all, you get to decide if you want to help your neighbor carry their groceries, or hold the door open for the person behind you, or spend your one day off volunteering even though you're extremely tired from your long week of school and work. Doing these things because you want to make a difference, pushing to be a good friend, sibling, daughter, or son. That's what I believe actually defines character. And that drive is what I think brought all of you here today. I remember when I was writing the essay about why I should be accepted in the National Honor Society, I said that I always would try to make decisions that would benefit the lives of myself and others and be the change we want to see in this world. And I am proud to be one of the ones who gets to tell you that being inducted into NHS is another step in the right direction to achieve this goal. So keep being that change we desperately want to see. Keep treating others the way you want to be treated. Keep striving to be the best version of yourself. And most importantly, keep true to your morals and let them guide you down the path that feels right, whether or not you have encouragement from others to pursue it. Thank you all for your hard work and determination, and congratulations again to our newest members of Gateway High School's National Honor Society.
Thank you, Kaylee. And now, National Honor Society's Secretary, Jenna Schumann, will speak about scholarship.
Hello, I'm Jenna Schumann, and I'm the Secretary of Gateway's chapter of the National Honor Society. I would just like to start off by congratulating everyone on this incredible achievement. This is not a small feat, and you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. Tonight, I will be speaking to you about scholarship, one of our 4 pillars. Scholarship is something we can all identify with, so why is it so hard to define? In preparation for this speech, I researched a countless number of definitions for scholarship, and time and again, I found myself disappointed with the results. I saw a variation of the same definition: an academic achievement, learning of a high level, or the disciplines of a scholar. If this were the set definition of scholarship, then I would not be standing here before you representing such a reputable community. Dissatisfied with what I saw, I thought about what scholarship meant to me personally. For the majority of my life, I identified as what some would call a nerd. Not the Star Wars cloud-identifying, book-reading nerd who you see before you, but one who used her grades to define her. I used to let my performance in school affect my livelihood and happiness. Though taking honors and AP courses encouraged my pursuit for knowledge, it was all for the wrong reasons. I was obtaining this knowledge trapped in educational bounds. Nothing I did was for myself. Now, I would be lying if I told you that I haven't been recently discouraged by a poor grade, but rather than curling up in a ball and letting my emotions consume me, I allowed myself to step back and reflect on what that grade really did to diminish my intelligence or personal value. I couldn't see how that grade was standing in the way of my aspiration to keep learning, even after formal education ends. The desire for wisdom should not stem from a feeling of obligation, but from curiosity. You don't always know where that knowledge will take you, but you know that you'll need it to help you define your future. Take it and use it to find meaning and purpose in the world around you. Search for answers that excite you, and let yourself be surprised by what you find. Seek out learning outside of a school setting. Each of you exhibit a unique trait of the loosely defined word scholar. You build on your skills and talents to contribute to society in a positive way. With that being said, what is scholarship? I concluded that scholarship is the quest for knowledge for the sake of knowledge, not for the letter grade. Showcasing scholarship is not maintaining a minimum GPA or taking the most difficult course load. It's the ambition to want to educate yourselves. Through hard work, you strive to become a more educated individual that is better suited to initiating positive changes in society. You are all excellent students, but there is more to you than just that. You're not just students. You're someone who uses your intellect to simply be better. For your peers, for your family and friends, for your role models, but most importantly, for yourselves. Perhaps you'll give the next, let's be honest, amazing speech, or maybe you'll write the next great book. Perhaps you'll inspire countless others to engage in scholarship just like you, but for now, you should all be commended for your dedication and diligence tonight. Your induction into our chapter of the National Honor Society is a testament of your hard work, and I'm honored for the opportunity to speak with you about a small part of what will come in the next year. Again, congratulations, and I can't wait to see what you'll bring to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. We will now begin the induction ceremony. Mr. Whelan will call the name of each candidate and invite them to take their place on the stage.
Brandon Baker, son of Tina and Aaron Baker. He's in the marching band, indoor percussion, and men's volleyball. Joshua Burns, son of Sean and Donna Burns. He's in the marching band, winter percussion, and snow sports club. Jimmy Capel, son of Cindy and Jim Capel. He's in Gateway ice hockey, skiing, and golf. Brandon Cerrucci, son of Mary Beth and Steve Cerrucci. He plays Gateway hockey, Gateway lacrosse, and he's part of the Cornerstone Ministries worship team. Brody Clemens, son of Robert and Rebecca Clemens. He plays Gateway varsity baseball. He's in the chamber orchestra, and he does independent landscaping. Giovanni Mathias Colarusso, son of Michael and Wendy Colarusso. He's a member of the Gateway ice hockey, golf, and lacrosse teams. He participates in Pitcairn Camp B and the Pittsburgh Rhinos blind hockey junior coach. Colton Corey, son of Nicole and Robert Corey. He's a member of the Gateway boys soccer team, the Quick Skills Youth Soccer Program, and the Allegheny Force Football Club. Paul Decker, son of Heather Trock and Steve Decker. He's a member of the Gateway Yearbook, the Interact Club, and the Chess Club. Nate Demchek, son of Molly and Dave Demchek. He's a member of the Gateway baseball team and the Gateway basketball team. Naveen Fatahi, daughter of Jamila Aminejad and Ali Fatahi. She's a member of the Gateway Interact Club, Junior Class Council, and Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. Deborah Fry, daughter of Chris and Karen Fry. She's a member of the Gateway Marching Band and Color Guard, the National Junior Classical League, and Junior Achievement of Western Pennsylvania. Marina Grado, daughter of Joe Grado and Nicole Renfro. She is involved with basketball, track, and cross country. Rachel Graham, daughter of William and Denise Graham. She's a member of Gateway Girls Volleyball and her church youth group. Hallie Grant, daughter of Melanie and CJ Grant. She's a member of the Gateway Girls Soccer Team, the Interact Club, and the Student Government Association. Juliana Guido, daughter of Jeff Guido and Jamie Hess. She's a member of the Gateway Girls Soccer Team, Junior Class Council, and the Interact Club. Sophia Hernandez, daughter of Moises Hernandez and Catherine Hernandez. She's a member of tennis, orchestra, and the Interact Club. Morgan Holmes, daughter of Catherine Bernardi and Brody Bernardi. She's a member of the Gateway Varsity Swim Team, Junior Class Council, and the Interact Club. Ethan Hunter, son of Lone Hunter and Regina Shinsky. He's a member of volleyball, Snow Sports Club, and AIM. Trace Kelman, son of Al and Elaine Kelman. He's a member of the Gateway Marching Band, Track and Field, and Boy Scouts. Someone take it. Slight pause. Thank you, Mr. Ritchie. Now we have 3 pence. We better not lose 3. All right, Lillian Klingensmith, daughter of Edward and Adrian Klingensmith. She's a member of the Interact Club, Junior Class Council, and the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy. Ange Kusu Samazo. She's a daughter of Edith Bodie and Joe Samazo. She's a member of the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy, Junior Class Council, and the Interact Club. Julian Livingston, son of C.L. and Angela Livingston. He's a member of the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy and the Black Student Union. Our next student is unfortunately not here this evening, Maya Mason, daughter of Michelle Cowan and Sean Mason. She's a member of cheerleading, yearbook, and she works at Chuck E. Cheese. She is currently on the Historic Black College and University tour. Zachary Mashenko, son of Tom Mashenko and Stephanie Guido. He is a member of the Gateway Men's Soccer Team, the AIM program, and the Interact Club. Ella Miller, daughter of Amy and Joel Miller. She's a member of the early college program at CCAC, the varsity volleyball team, and a flute player for the wind ensemble. Joe Niku, son of Tara and Costa Niku. He's a member of the Gateway Marching Band, Winter Percussion, and the Interact Club. Nicholas Niku, son of Tara and Costa Niku. He's a member of the Gateway Marching Band, Winter Percussion, and Snow Sports Club. Peter O'Grady, son of Jennifer Sobel and Timothy O'Grady. He's a member of the Yearbook Club, the Snow Sports Club, and he does mountain biking. Gabrielle Opaska, daughter of Wendy and James Opaska. She's a member of the Gateway Girls Tennis Team. She does competitive dance at M&M Dance Academy, and she's a member of the Honors Chamber Orchestra. Abigail Setch, daughter of Amy and Bill Setch. She's a member of the Gateway varsity golf team. Dance for Premier Performing Arts, and the Snow Sports Club. Lindsay Story, daughter of Joe and Wendy Story. She's the vice president of the Gateway Snow Sports Club. She's co-captain of the girls' varsity golf team, and she's a member of the Interact Club and student government. And Brendan Strasser, son of Shelley and Jason Strasser. He plays soccer, futsal, and he's a lifeguard. This is always the interesting part. In the 80s, it had to be incredibly dangerous with big hair. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Now we will recite the oath of the National Honor Society. Okay, scholars, I keep on going. Being aware of the honor which is being bestowed upon me, okay, congratulations, inductees.
We'll leave the lights down for a second in case you want some nice photographs of the candle lighting. And then we'll turn the lights on and the kids will stay there so you can take some more photos. Before they all burst into flames. Lots of flash. Good. House lights? Congratulations, everybody. You can blow your candle out now. Just stay there for a second in case people want more pictures. I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. This is a wonderful event. And congratulations to all the parents and guardians and family members who made this possible. Don't let them forget that. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Can you turn the house lights on too? Thank you. Stage lights too, if you can. Just for a few seconds, guys. Take some more pictures. Thank you.
In Massachusetts, we lived not even 20 minutes from the stadium, and then they built it. Franklin, it was just outside of Sharon.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So they built the whole thing while we were there. Yeah, because it was the old one. And it was so
We good? All right. Be safe going home. Thank you so much.
Yeah, probably 35 minutes from Franklin.
yeah.
My mom's still there, my sister,
Oh, nice.
they're all scattered over there.
Yeah, we were
My
there.
mom's been in the town for probably, she's almost 92, so probably going on 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there for 8 years and really liked the area very much.
Yeah, it is
But it was
nice.
time to move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get back to visit.
Yes. Here, yeah. All right. All right. So those are
Unfortunately,
two
I
school
don't.
board members.
Yeah, I saw, well, three. I saw three.
Oh, who's the other one?
The one right up in front there.
Mary Beth Swartz.
Mary- in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
One, two, yeah, three.
That's so interesting.
And then
So how'd they
Dr.
have
Short was
three
here.
then?
They must have ended, you know?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So maybe
Yeah,
they
because I
ended at
think,
6.
yeah, they probably
Well,
ended
I
it.
sent